everybody. Welcome to my studio. We're going to spend about 10 minutes working out some tight hips. But first, let's start the way we always do. Taking some deep breaths in and out. The kind of deep breath that fills the body, fingertips to toes to brain. You puff up and then let it all back out. With every deep breath, we're sending fresh oxygen to all of our organs, our brain, really waking things up. And the longer and slower our breaths become, the more calm our mind might be, the more still our body might become. And then we can notice little things, like maybe we're tensing up our forehead or our jaw, and we can let that go. Maybe we're leaning forward and we can pull ourselves back upright. Maybe you notice that subtle rise and fall of your belly with every breath in and out. And these are all things that are bringing us into the present moment. Remember that by definition, yoga is not a posture. It's not a movement, but it's when your mind and your body and your breath sync up, working as one, and you are yoga. Feel free to pause the video and continue this as long as you'd like. But when you're ready, let's take a deep breath in, arms up overhead, big stretch, and alternate some reaches because it feels so good. Take a deep breath in, hands up, eyes up, chin up, and exhale, bow forward. Bring your hands flat, fingers wide. Relax your head, shake it, no. Maybe alternate bending one elbow at a time. And then when you're ready, inhale, chin up, look forward. And exhale, relax one more time. When you're ready, inhale, roll on up to sitting, and exhale. We're gonna go ahead and bring one elbow to the floor, right outside the hip, fingertips in line with the knee. Push that opposite hip down and lift the hand to the sky. You're either looking up where you're reaching or down towards the floor. It's looking straight ahead that's gonna tense the neck. Take a deep breath. Maybe you can reach up overhead, get a good stretch in the side, wiggle your toes. Maybe you work on your shoulder joint health by making some big circles. If you had to reach behind you today, could you do it? How far could you reach? Take a deep breath in and exhale up and over. Make sure that elbows in line with the hip, fingers in line with the knee. Hand goes up, find a place for your eyes and breathe. Maybe reach up overhead. Maybe some big circles. Take a deep breath in and exhale to center. Fantastic. Maybe take a moment, close your eyes if you'd like, go inward and just kind of see how you feel. Do you feel better than when we started just a couple moments ago in one way or another? Mentally, physically, emotionally? I hope so. When you're ready, we're going to come into flower pose and we're going to take our feet to one side. I'm choosing my right side, which means I'm going to sit up tall over my hips. If this is uncomfortable, you can always take the back leg and straighten it out to the side, maybe bend the knee, whatever makes you comfortable. We're going to take a breath here while we sit up tall, distributing our weight over our hips as equally as possible. For something extra, maybe you'd like to take, in this case, your right hand to the outside of the right leg and lift that left hand up again. Ooh, big stretch. And then we're going to take a deep breath in and exhale our chest to our left thigh. It's our chest to our thigh, not our face to our thigh. So make sure you pull your body forward. My forearms are parallel, palms down, fingers wide. If you'd like, you can take a block and place it underneath your forehead to really rest your head and lengthen the neck. Either way, you're going to take a couple breaths here. When you're ready, inhale up onto your hands. Straighten that back leg as much as you can so you can pull yourself up into swan. Swan means that I have my right leg extended out behind me. My front knee is bent straight forward so that I am sitting on my heel. I'm on my hands, palms down, fingers wide. I can be up on my fists if it helps me sit up over my hips and lengthen my head. Or if you're just not feeling this today, you can come onto your elbows. This is just like what it would be if you were laying on your back and pulling your knee into your chest, except gravity in this case is pulling our body down towards our knee. Take a breath. If you want something extra, bend that back knee, point the toe. Lower it down. When you're ready, inhale up onto your hands. Roll over onto that left hip, but don't move that back leg if possible. I'm using my left fingertips to hold myself up so that I can bend my back knee and hold onto my foot. Maybe you'd like to stretch the quad muscles so you pull in the foot to start. But then maybe you can push that foot away. And when you push the foot away, it's going to pull on your arm, straightening the arm and rolling the shoulder back so you can sit up nice and tall. And maybe reach out. Take a breath. One more. To come out of this, we inhale that left hand up, big stretch. Exhale the hand down and guide the right leg around for a twist. I'm going to bring my right foot flat into the mat, either in front of the knee or behind the knee. Either one is okay as long as your bottom is sitting down on the ground equally on both sides while keeping that front foot flat. Sit up nice and tall. Then when you're ready, bring your right hand behind your right hip. The left arm comes up and over so that you can push the arm into the leg. And what's going to happen is that it pushes this knee straight up towards the sky, continuing that stretch around the glutes, hip, and back, while boosting that twist, helping you look over your right shoulder. Take a breath. Anytime we're in a twist position and we take a full breath and our belly rises and falls, we're massaging all our organs, rubbing them against one another, stimulating their function. And in this case, we are boosting our immune system, good for these times. When you're ready, come back to center and we're going to come into double pigeon. So I'm going to take my bottom foot and kind of wiggle it out. Then I'm going to bring my top foot above my knee, not directly on my knee and not up close to my hips, but just above the knee, so that my top knee falls over the bottom knee. Make sure your foot isn't far back towards your hip. You want to scooch it out so that as my top knee releases and lowers down, it's going to sit on top of that bottom foot. So while you're here, you can sit up tall, perfectly fine, feels good. You can lean back if you want to work on relaxing your legs. You can stretch forward to increase this stretch. You can even turn your shoulders towards that top knee, rest your forearms on the shin and the thigh, and use your body weight to gently encourage your leg down on top of that bottom foot. Yoga is so flexible. There's so many different ways to do things. It's important to find what's right for you. Take a breath. And when you're ready, come on up. Lean back, unwrap a little modified mermaid rock side to side, work out those hips, because guess what? We get to do it all over again on the other side. Take a breath, regroup, kind of acknowledge that you worked one side of the body. We feel good. We're going to do it again. When you're ready, we're going to come into flower on the opposite side. So now I'm taking my feet to the left, and I take a moment to sit up tall. Maybe I take my left hand outside the left leg and reach up. I'm going to take a deep breath in. And I'm going to exhale over so my chest comes over my right thigh. Elbows down, forearms parallel, and breathe. Inhale up onto your hands. Straighten that back leg, so I lift myself up into swan. Back leg straight, right knee bent, right heel underneath my bottom. I'm sitting up tall, or I'm on my elbows, and I breathe. Inhale onto your hands. Roll over onto that right hip and don't disturb that back knee. So you can sit up tall, bend it, hold onto the foot. Maybe pull the foot in, but then push it away. Let that foot pull the arm, roll the shoulder back, sit tall, reach out, breathe. Inhale, right arm up, big stretch. Exhale, guide the left foot around for a twist. Sit on your bottom, both sides equally. Left foot flat in front of the knee or behind the knee. Sit tall. Left hand behind the left hip. Right arm comes up and over. Look over that left shoulder and breathe. Go ahead and sit up. Now we're going to come into that double pigeon. So wiggle that bottom foot out. Bring that left foot on top of the right knee. Top knee, bottom foot. Sit tall. Maybe lean back. Maybe lean forward. Maybe turn the shoulders and lean on your left leg. No matter where you find, take a moment and breathe. Breathe intentionally. A nice deep breath that sends oxygen to your fingers and toes. Sit up tall, lean back, unwrap, wiggle around. Come back to sitting comfortably. Take a moment, wiggle that rib cage around. Maybe inhale, arms up, stretch again. Come back to a comfortable seated position where you take a breath, take inventory. How do you feel? Hands to your heart. Namaste.